Hi guys, this is Keshav Malpani and welcome back to 12 Minutes to CLAT. Today we're going to discuss some last hour techniques and last 2-3 days technique as to how to deal with the All India Law Entrance Test, which is AILET 2021, scheduled on 30th of July. So as we all know, AILET follows the old CLAT pattern. So I'm going to tell you as to what differently do you have to do from CLAT to be able to do well in AILET this particular year, right? So AILET, particularly if we talk about CLAT, the current affairs section particularly was really horrific, okay, because we were not expecting the kind of unreasonable questions that were asked, and I don't think there were more than 2 or 3 passages that were relevant at all with respect to, there were very important issues that could have been asked. There were so many issues that we also highlighted that could have been asked. But anyway, AILET is slightly different as compared to CLAT when it comes to, all the sections if you look at it. So we'll go section wise to understand as to what you need to do in these last days to be able to do well. So the first section that we always talk about is the English comprehension section. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर English comprehension नहीं होता है सिर्फ, you are given a variety of questions. It includes questions from comprehension to jumbled words, jumbled paragraphs, jumbled sentences. You're given questions like prepositions, grammar, and so on. And these kind of topics become important. Okay, so you can refer to any book like R.S. Agarwal or Renan Martin to do these kind of questions. It will become very important because इस टाइप के questions हर साल पूछे जाते हैं AILET में. Doing past year papers for each and every section, you can maybe leave current affairs but do the static part of that as well. You can do the past year papers for the last 10 years of AILET and you will realize that where you stand and what are the kind of questions that are asked, because the pattern is more or less same every single year. That is a good part about AILET, that the pattern is generally consistent. If you talk about the general knowledge, current affairs and static GK parts, mostly the questions are generally, it's a tendency in the last 4, 5 or 6 years that the questions are asked from this particular website called GK Today. So I would suggest you guys कि GK Today के जो MCQs type questions होते हैं which are freely available, please read those before the exam because they might help you to solve a lot of questions there. Other than that, I think we prepared a lot of topics for CLAT as well जो शायद exam में नहीं आए, but then those topics also become very crucial. चाहे वो एग्जाम में क्लैट में नहीं आए बट AILET के लिए वो इंपॉर्टेंट रहेंगे, वो 1 word 1 liner क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं फिर से. सो मेक श्योर दैट यू रिवाइज योर नोट्स एंड देन यू प्रॉपर्ली स्टडी फ्रॉम these GK Today website as well, and you can add Jagran Josh and Cloud Affairs to it as well. I have been taking a lot of quizzes actually on Unacademy. These are free quizzes for AILET 2021. You can attend these quizzes as well. You can follow me on Telegram. I keep giving you a lot of notifications about the timings and everything of these quizzes. So you can follow me there. Other than that, we are starting a new batch called Acquit, Do Not Quit. So that is going to be very important for you for the preparation of CLAT 2022 aspirants. You can use my code Malpani and get 10% off on this particular batch, and we're going to be starting this right away from 28th July itself. Moving on to logical reasoning. Logical reasoning, as we see, CLAT is highly bombarded with questions with respect to kind of critical reasoning questions, only paragraph based questions, and that is not how AILET works. Okay, AILET is slightly different. So how AILET works is AILET asks a lot of questions from analytical reasoning. Questions like, parajumbles and syllogisms, family tree, blood relations. These are the kind of questions that are generally asked. My suggestion to all of you would be to look at the past year paper and try doing that paper in, I would say, you can skip the GK part obviously because current affairs of last year will not be relevant for this year. So try doing that paper in 85 minutes and let's see how many you're able to do and what is your accuracy. Because उससे realize हो जाएगा आपको कि आपको particularly कितना time लग रहा है and how should you pace yourself in that paper, because we know that CLAT gives us 120 minutes and AILET gives us only 90 minutes. But the kind of questions and the length of questions that are asked in AILET are much smaller as compared to CLAT. So time management, if you're good with CLAT time management, AILET time management is not going to be much of a problem, but it always makes sense to do some tests before going to the exam just to be sure about it. You can do some mock tests as well. You can do 2 or 3 mock tests. 1 mock test every day before AILET. That will really help you. Other than that, if we move to the legal reasoning section को prepare करने का सबसे अच्छा तरीका है previous year question कर लेना, CLAT और AILET दोनों के. Because as I already told you, this is old CLAT pattern. Questions that generally asked in the form of legal principles and facts, and on basis of analyzing those principles and facts you move to the options. So that will definitely help you. Okay, if you're preparing from the past year questions, you will get an idea as to what kind of questions are asked. This is actually considered one of the most lengthy sections in legal reasoning. So it is generally suggested कि legal reasoning को starting में नहीं करना चाहिए, because if you spend say 30 minutes on legal reasoning, then just psychologically under pressure कि हमको 60 minutes में बाकी सारे 4 sections करने हैं. So legal reasoning को या तो आप end में कर सकते हो या बीच में कहीं manage कर सकते हो. Starting में it's slightly problematic for a lot of students, but again it's in your comfort zone. If you feel that you can do it, you can still go ahead with it. उसके अलावा मैथ्स इज द इजीएस्ट सेक्शन जो बहुत सारे लोग छोड़ देते हैं यहाँ पे. AILET में मैथ्स कभी भी डिफिकल्ट नहीं आता है. AILET में द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक दैट आर आर परसेंटेजेस, टाइम डिस्टेंस स्पीड, टाइम एंड वर्क, प्रोबेबिलिटी, बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स लाइक दीज. सो इफ यू लुक एट द क्वेश्चंस, आपके आधे से ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस वहीं पर निकल जाएंगे. कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा. लास्ट ईयर का हमने कट ऑफ देखा था, आई थिंक 75 अराउंड वाज द कट ऑफ. सो टारगेट a score of 80 plus to be able to do well in AILET, and this year the cutoff is going to be somewhere around 80 plus only. ठीक है, उससे ज्यादा उससे कम नहीं होगा. तो आपको ये समझने की जरूरत है कि कितने क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट करने चाहिए हमको. सो आइडियल अटेम्प्ट इन AILET also is same as CLAT. Anywhere more than 120 is going to be a decent amount of attempt, decent number of attempts that you might have, that you might do. लेकिन accuracy का बहुत ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, because we have negative marking in AILET also. सो मेक श्योर कि आप लोग रेकलेसली 120 करने के लिए ज्यादा अटेम्प्ट करके गलत ना कर दो बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस. इफ योर एक्यूरेसी इज गुड, 110, 115 इज आल्सो अ गुड नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट यू कैन डू. ओके, सो डू नॉट गेट रियली काइंड ऑफ थ्रेटन्ड और बॉगल्ड अप बाय द difficult, I would say difficult section that might come, because a lot of students in CLAT 21 started from GK, and GK was so difficult that they could not concentrate on other sections which are considerably easier, right? सो ये नहीं करना है. अगर एक आध सेक्शंस डिफिकल्ट आता है, सो दैट इज डिफिकल्ट फॉर ऑल, राइट? अंडरस्टैंड दिस. सिर्फ आप अकेले एग्जाम नहीं दे रहे हो ना, एवरीबडी इज डूइंग द एग्जाम, एंड दीज क्वेश्चंस आर रिलेटिव इन नेचर. ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस हैं आपके लिए डिफिकल्ट है. इट इज डिफिकल्ट फॉर एवरीबडी इफ इट्स डिफिकल्ट. तो वो 90 मिनट्स में प्रॉपरली कॉन्सेंट्रेट करके एग्जाम लिखना है. ठीक है. At the end of this video, I've also attached the ideal time that you can take for each section. For जो particular section, उसके आगे 2-4 मिनट आप आगे पीछे कर सकते हो as per your convenience in different sections. So that is it about this session from my side. If you like our sessions, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any updates from us. Keep liking us, keep following us. Thank you so much, guys.